All right, guys, seems like we are live. Hi there. We are celebrating today a huge milestone for our channel, 15,000 subscribers. Welcome, everybody, to Journey to Grandmaster, the place where you can improve every single aspect of your chess game. And today we are gonna play together a tournament on Lichess. I hope you are registered. If not, you have like 4 minutes left to register in the tournament, so please do that. The link is in the description of the live stream. We have here 10 people currently, but we have like 11 people inside of the tournament, so somebody is there and not registered for the tournament. Please do that, otherwise I assume you are not going to be able to participate in the tournament. And well, I'm not like doing those streams too often, so we are a small group of people, which is nice because we can just communicate freely. You can ask all of your questions, and hopefully we are gonna have a nice atmosphere here, a nice tournament. Feel free to ask your questions in the chat so we can talk a little bit about chess education, about current events, whatever is concerning for you, whatever you find interesting. I would be happy to answer your questions and just talk about life, chess life, and life in general. So I'm gonna, of course, change my setup here to the tournament so you can also see me playing and the time situation, my opponent, and yeah, we already have the first messages in the chat. Hi to everybody, welcome on board. How to enter? You have the link below the first link you have in the description of this live stream. You just go to Lichess and you click the button go to the tournament. Let me maybe change already it here. I need also to make sure my camera is not frozen. Yes, now you should be able to see me. So here you have this button I have here, withdraw. You can press it for a second, and you're gonna have here the join button. Please press this join button, otherwise you're not going to be in the tournament. The link is below in the description. Okay, how to find the only move during an attack? Well, I have published a video about attacking, about the key principles that you should know when you are attacking in chess just a few days ago, so please take a look at that one. I go deep into how to attack, what to focus on. First of all, you need to build a foundation. Secondly, you need to remember that you're not playing alone. You need to take a look at your opponent's ideas and plans, so he is not just destroying you while you're trying to come up with something. And then, of course, you always start with the most active and promising opportunities, checks, captures, threads, and active moves. So you use all of your pieces in the best case scenario to build up an attack. Maybe I'm gonna demonstrate it today in the tournament, and then you go forward with as many pieces as possible and try to build as much pressure, create as many threats for your opponent as possible. You want to make him miserable in the chess game. Just put that pressure so that he cannot or she cannot handle it. Okay, we have like 15 seconds to start in the tournament. Unfortunately, we have actually many more people. 26 people in the tournament. Wow, that's nice. I have only seen the first 10, so it's going to be great. I have lost all of my rating in the last tournament because you guys were too strong. So I hope this time I'm going to be better. Let me make sure that you see everything. Yes, should get the first pairing, and then perfect, seems to work. And I'm immediately paired against the strongest guy, 2400 M4 Chess 3. So that's going to be a very good battle. I wish you all luck in the tournament. I really hope we are gonna get nice games here, nice atmosphere, and let's see who is gonna win the tournament. Okay, B6. Yeah, there are different ways to deal with it. Let me play E3, I don't know, trying to be a little bit tricky here. But of course, I want to fight for the center. Yeah, bishop to b4, if you play that voluntarily, then I have a choice. I can actually play bishop to d2. I can play knight to d2 to kick you away later on with the move a3. But I don't need to play knight c3. I guess if I do that, then you achieve your goal. let me do knight d2. I don't want to exchange too many pieces from the very beginning, and I really want to kick you away. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Of course, you can take. Yeah, maybe I should have started with. Yeah, probably I'm not really achieving much. I should have started with castles, and then I would be able to take with this knight. That would be really better. Because now after knight e4, it's basically the same position as I would have got otherwise. I've not achieved much. But okay, I have another idea to play like knight e1 and f3 to kick the knight away again. Although this knight on e1 wouldn't be perfect. Let me maybe start with b4, trying to build some momentum, some initiative over there. The bishop should be great. And I also need to speed up because currently I'm like 1 minute behind, and that's a constant problem because I talk too much trying to explain what I'm doing. Meanwhile, I'm completely losing on time. So I want to play knight to e1, but maybe knight g4 is a problem. And then if I play f3, you have knight e3, which is not great. I don't want to play h3 because that would make it more difficult for me. How do I make it? Maybe I cannot do it the way I want it. Then let's just play h3 to stop this active move. 7. Now let's go for knight e1. But the problem is this knight g3 is coming. And I don't like it at all. Maybe I can play king h2, although that feels suspicious, but let's try. I just need one more move. Wait a second, can I play f3 still? g3 check, I'm gonna play king g1. Okay, you have g5 square, right? But that is not such a big deal, because I also can play h4. I'm attacking the knight, and the knight has no moves to go. At least I don't see one. g3 check, I'm gonna just go away. And the queen is too far away. The one thing I like here is that this queen is not participating in the game at all. Is there any prize? No, unfortunately there is not. We're just playing for fun here. But the prize is the experience that you get, the opportunity to play in our amazing community. I hope you are gonna enjoy it. Yeah, this knight is kind of trapped. Now I'm just winning it. Of course, my opponent still tries to get some counterplay, create a few threats. Yeah, exactly. Because actually it's not that simple. If this queen is gonna come to h4, I'm gonna just get checkmated. So it's so far from over here. Maybe, okay, I have 22 seconds. I really need to speed up. So I'm brave enough here to take on g3, but maybe it's just a bad idea. I actually need like one more move to play d5. That would block that guy. Yeah, that is why he's taken. But yeah, let me bring more pieces to my defense. So that, that's something I completely blundered. Completely blundered that. Now all of the pieces are hanging. Should have played d5 anyway, because that wouldn't be at least more difficult. Okay, hopefully I'm still doing pretty much fine. Wanted to play that. g2, I want to stabilize it. If I can stabilize it, then I'm going to be fine. Yeah. Okay, still have time. Maybe bishop g2 wasn't the right way. Actually, I have 2 seconds. Crazy. A 1 second increment. That's the only thing to help me. Okay, now I'm changing the queens. That should help a lot. Yes. I'm not getting checkmated. That's already great. So I need just to activate all of my pieces. I'm gonna lose that pawn on d5. So how many pawns? I'm 1 pawn down. Okay. Hope I can deal with that. But my opponent is gonna create that passer, which is not great. There's a trick. He takes... okay, he takes like that. Right. I don't think I can really win this game. Probably I should have played for a draw instead. Yeah. Definitely not doing it the right... okay, you can just take... yeah, now I'm lost. Yeah, the endgame was good in the beginning, but then somehow without time I have completely ruined it. Well done, congratulations. For chess 3, you have won the first game. That was complicated, but you have done it amazingly good. So let me see the questions. First of all, hi to all of the new people. Welcome, and let's see whether I can still get back on track. I'm currently with 0 points, but I hope to get back. So please tell me how to improve chess calculation, please. Well, that is a very good question, because calculation is like the most important skill you can get in chess. It determines 99% of all of the games you play. Even this one I have just played. If I would have calculated better and faster, I would be more successful. But to improve that, I have created so many useful videos for you. Just look at the recent videos I have published, or search for calculation on my channel. You're gonna find so many useful resources where... why it didn't move? Yeah, apparently somebody registered for the tournament but didn't came to play. And yeah, we are gonna get a new opponent, hopefully. So yeah, there are a lot of calculation videos. In short, you need to solve the puzzles, high quality puzzles. You need to work as consistently as possible. In the best case scenario, every day, like 20-30 minutes, you solve puzzles. I recently published the 20 minutes daily routine that truly changed the way you play chess if you do it on a consistent basis. So I definitely recommend you do that. Okay, finally I'm gonna get another opponent. Let me try to take Berserk now, but that means I have to play very fast. Last game I have lost because of time, so I really need to be as fast as crazy, but I also hope it's going to be more fun for you this way. Because I also don't get any increment without Berserk, which is kind of surprising for me. I always thought, okay, I have twice as little time, but at least I have the increments. No, that's not the case. That means I just have 1 minute and 20 seconds, and I'm gonna lose on time afterwards. 3, I don't know, let's try to be as active as possible here. D5. I basically need to checkmate as fast as possible, otherwise I'm gonna just lose on time. Maybe knight d4. Yeah, knight d4 is definitely on my agenda, although probably he can just take... I hope I'm gonna have knight c6 and then... okay, now I have that. But yeah, knight c5, that is the consequence of playing too fast. Probably I shouldn't take the Berserk. It doesn't really help me at all. Not that fast. Takes. Let's play d6. Now bishop b5. Guess I'm winning the exchange, if I see it correctly. Or not. Yeah, there is checkmate coming. Hopefully I have f3. Not gonna blunder that easily, but well done. You're going forward, you are attacking. That's exactly what I make my videos for. So you're not staying passive there and waiting for your opponent to come and destroy you. Instead, you create pressure, especially when your opponent, me in this case, is low on time. Absolutely, you need to go forward and apply pressure. Somebody is saying that Lichess is difficult, but I don't know why. Like, Lichess is the best website. for chess I have ever seen. It's very convenient to use both to play and to train and to conduct lessons. I mean, that is really, really the best I have ever seen. Much smoother, much better than chess.com from my experience, and also completely free. So not sure what are your difficulties with it. Okay, how do I save that pawn? Play knight b5. b7? 7 is not a real threat. Oh, bishop d5. Very annoying. But the pawn is protected. That's good. And I have knight c3. I have all of my pieces active, so that's the best I can do. But still, there is no guarantee it's enough. My opponent is very strong. It's not like he's 1700, like says here. Probably he just hasn't got his real rating yet. So probably I shouldn't have taken that Berserk anyway. d7? Let me play d7 next move. Or maybe, yeah, bishop c6. Then I'm not gonna play d7. I want to at least exchange some stuff. Yeah, that helps me a lot, actually. Now it's going to be much simpler to win. Maybe I can even sacrifice the queen if it's going to be a checkmate. And not this way. Although, even this way. Yeah, seems like I'm winning. Queen is hanging, and if you take, I play d8 queen. That's a checkmate. That was a very nice game. I'm happy to finally win one game here. Let me see the questions. Master, I'm a big fan of your channel. I learned a lot from your channel. Thank you. You're welcome. I do all of it for you. And today's is just to have some fun, to play together, to communicate, to build a stronger connection with you, to know what your challenges in chess are, what you currently work on, what do you enjoy most about the channel, what do you think we can improve to get even better. If you have, by the way, any suggestions, any ideas to develop the channel to make it better, please write it in the chat. That would be the perfect moment to do it today because we can discuss it together. Okay, so I'm not taking any Berserks for now. I'm just gonna play a normal game. I have 3 minutes, which is great. And I can also read a few questions meanwhile, because I have a little bit more time. We play match with your subscribers. Well, we play a tournament with the subscribers arena tournament. The link is in the description. Take a look whether you can join the tournament still. I'm not entirely sure whether you can do it inside of the tournament or it's too late for that. I have asked multiple times everybody to join, but maybe it's still possible. Definitely take a look at it. The link is the first link in the description. Okay, I have here a very, very solid position, but so is my opponent. It's going to be not that simple for me to outplay him, but I'm gonna try. First, I need to equalize. I'm playing as black. I want to develop my bishop. Then the knight, then bring the rooks to the open d file. The rooks always and always love the open files. Please help me. What do you need help with? Ask your questions. I'm going to be happy to help you the best way I can. One day at a time. Nice. Learning now. Yeah, that's exactly what you do. Practice makes master, remember? So it's much better to train consistently, like 30 minutes a day, rather than training like crazy 5 hours at once, but only once a week, because your brain works on a regular basis, on a consistent basis. If you train, then it realizes, okay, that is actually something important for my life, something I need to dedicate my focus, attention, energy, and get better with the time. So I definitely advise you to train even if you don't have a lot of time, but still on a consistent basis. That would help you a lot. Okay, b4 is actually a great idea because I still like one tempo not enough to finish my development to connect my rooks, so I cannot really take. I mean, I can, but I don't like it. Let me play knight b3 instead, try to be active. Welcome to everyone who just joined. Feel free to ask your questions. We are playing here the tournament, the celebration tournament, and that's a perfect opportunity for you. If you have any questions about chess development, about chess, about life, whatever you want to ask, go on and type it in the chat. Yes, I can take on b4. Then I'm going to open up this a file. If he wants to take, I'm happy. His pawn structure wouldn't be great. And if he takes here back, then I'm going to play knight d4. If he takes, then this knight doesn't really have a lot of moves to go. The mystery of the knight. Knight fork leads to another knight fork. Yeah, the knight is a very, very tricky piece in chess. It would do things you cannot imagine beforehand. But the knight always loves to be in the center. On the side of the board, it has much less opportunities than in the center because it controls so many squares in the center. Yeah, he went for it, but those pawns are really not great. So I'm not a big fan of his decision. Although that knight on d4 also wouldn't be that great for him. Maybe I should have played knight d4 anyway. I'm gonna double my rooks. So on the a file, attack that pawn. This one, probably I should protect it with the bishop. Also, my opponent is getting very low on time, which is dangerous. You remember from my first game that didn't end well for me. His double, his minor pieces are not really great. They're pretty passive there. Yeah, now he is improving it. And I would be happy to have my knight on c5, but how can I achieve it? Probably this way. Yeah, well, knight f4 was also one of the ideas. Maybe I should have played b6 though first. Okay, he lost on time. That's unfortunate because I wanted to really win on the board. And I'm on fire now. Okay, I even got to the first place somehow. But that's just luck. What is your chess.com ID? It's Journey to Grandmaster / YouTube, something like that. Or you can just Google my name and chess.com and you're gonna find it. Okay, we are playing another game against Yelko99. Last time it was really difficult for me to win, so let's see how it's gonna happen this time, but I'm not taking the Berserk. I guess I'm not gonna do it in general because this way I can communicate more, I can express my thought process better, so it's useful for you. I'm always trying to make it more useful for you. So that is my whole purpose, the idea behind the channel. Of course, I want to share my journey to Grandmaster. I want eventually to become a Grandmaster, and that would be like a highlight of the entire career, of the entire channel, of the entire journey. But also, of course, I want to help you on your journey achieve your chess goals. That is why I'm creating all of my videos. That is why, yeah, I'm dedicating so much time to it. Okay, this knight on a4 is actually very active. What do I do about it? Do I change it? Probably I do. Because now I can just castle and next move I can kick it away. And eventually I want to somehow attack in the center. But so far my opponent is the first one to attack. Let me develop a new rook. You always want to develop as many pieces as possible and as active as possible. That way, like the golden principle, one piece, one move, always helping you. Instead of making like my opponent does here a few moves with the same pieces, you want to develop a new one every single move. Of course, sometimes this strategy of a quick attack justifies itself if you can create dangerous threats. But what I don't like about my opponent's position, his king is in the center. Normally it's very dangerous. Like for example here, I think rook takes e6 is more or less winning the game. I'm not sure if he has blundered it or sacrificed. I would rather say he blundered it, because now bishop comes to b5, and with the king in the center, you never want to open up the position. It's going to be very, very big. It was a great game. Thank you. So you see, even though my opponent started with very aggressive play, trying to create threats, but if you're actually following those golden opening principles, like developing every single one of your piece as active as possible, like bringing your king to safety, the king is really very secure on g1, and of course fighting for the center here, I'm not too passive, then no matter what weird stuff or aggressive stuff your opponent is doing, in most of the cases you're going to be good to go. Of course, sometimes he's creating some weird ideas and you really have to react. That is why you always start with the most active opportunities, both from yourself as well as from your opponent. How many times do I need to attack? Let's take here, why not? Central pawn for free. It's pinned. Guess I can just exchange everything and go into the endgame, but on the other hand, seems like I should be also better here just attacking. I want to play knight c6. Opening file. Center knight. I don't get everything you are writing here. I'll be a little bit more careful with your letters, but I get your point. Yeah, it's so essential to bring all of your pieces into the game. You see, I won this game because my king is secure, because I control the center, because I have developed every single one of my pieces, except this rook. I would have definitely developed it, but had no time for that. And that is why I was able to create those threads and win against my opponent. Okay, hi there to everybody who is new. Please feel free to type your questions in the chat. Please feel free to use the link in the description to join our tournament if it's still possible. Let me know, somebody in the chat, whether you can still join the tournament. Would be interesting for me to know. Otherwise, just enjoy and ask your questions. Okay, I'm playing as white again against one of the leaders of the tournament. Let me play the Collie system this time. This is a very flexible opening, which I also recommend in my 10-day opening mastery program that allows you to build a complete, holistic lifetime opening repertoire. If you haven't seen it yet, I definitely recommend you take a look. Because, yeah, this way you get so much coach, and it's not just about openings, it's also about your entire transformation as a chess player. And you got it for a very, very reasonable price. Hope it's not too much. And you can learn so much. And so there, I recommend this Collie system for white because it's a very flexible opening. You can play it pretty much against anything, only not against the King's Indian. Also, it's a very dynamic opening, so you can attack, not like the London system where it's very boring, at least from my to my taste. But here you can really attack, create threats, and deliver a checkmate eventually to your opponent. Okay, my opponent is also very active here, but I don't care. I'm gonna bring my rook, I'm gonna play c4, try to open up the center. How to calculate in this time control? This is furious. Yeah, of course, as you don't have that much time, it's more difficult for you to calculate, but still the same rules apply. You still need to think about the most active opportunities, at least checks and captures. Like whenever your opponent makes a move, try to understand, okay, what is this threat? What is the purpose of this move? He played 95. What does he want to achieve? What is the idea? He wants to take the bishop. Is it a threat for me? Well, I don't really want to exchange my bishop for a knight. On the other hand, it's not such a big deal, so maybe I'm gonna just ignore it and play rook c1 because I rather want to bring more pieces into the game. The alternative was to play bishop e2, but that is a move back. I don't want to go back, so let me do that so I win some time. I play here knight e5, and yeah, that feels pretty strong because yes, he has a pair of bishops, but as long as this bishop is passive, he cannot really take that much advantage of it. How can you create an opening book to win 1 minute bullet tournament? No, not really. That's not my specialty. First of all, I don't really play bullet. I do it sometimes just for fun, just to relax. I don't take it seriously. And secondly, bullet chess does not improve your chess. And my entire philosophy, my entire mindset with this channel and in general in chess is to really help everybody I can to improve at chess. And so I rather recommend you play at least blitz chess like we do here, or better rapid chess, classical chess. Then you analyze those games, you really train, you solve high quality puzzles, and this way you get better at chess, you understand much better. Whereas in the bullet chess, you don't have any time to really calculate, like one of the previous comments mentioned, and that is not really helping you. And that is not what I want to achieve. So I hope to one day publish a book. That would be a very nice challenge for my life, but it's not going to be about bullets. maybe it's going to be about psychology in chess, because I really love this topic and it's very difficult for me. Like, psychology is one of the most difficult things for my chess career. If I can somehow deal with it, then I'm gonna become much, much better at chess. Probably c2 wasn't the best square for the queen, although I can go to b2. b2 would be great. I'm gonna support my bishop. Maybe I should have done it immediately, because now he can play like knight g4 and kick my bishop away. Okay, I get another chance. First of all, can I take? Probably not, because I'm gonna exchange everything. He's gonna play knight e8, and then I'm some material down. That's not great. So my second idea was to go here. It's not like I get a lot, but I should still be better, of course, thanks to this activity along the file. And very important, if we have opposite colors bishops, it's all about who is attacking, who is creating threats. Because in the endgame, without the queens on the board, with opposite colors bishops, it's very difficult to win the game. But with the queens on the board, it's much simpler to attack, to create some threats. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, don't forget to ask your questions in the chat. I'm reading it. I'm excited to get more questions, to talk about something. By the way, have you followed the recent chess cheating scandal? Whether do you think that the guy Kirill Shevchenko really cheated or not? What is your opinion about it? I haven't made a video about it because it's not my specialty. I don't do those cheating scandal videos. But I'm curious, what is your opinion? We can only speculate because we don't know all of the details. We have different opinions. And so, yeah, I would be curious to know what is your opinion. And whether you have heard about it. I guess you should have, because everybody made a video about it, like Gotham Chess, like all of the big channels are talking about it. I honestly don't know. Like, I don't have a clear opinion, because I'm always thinking like, okay, what is the point of doing it? Like, it's a tournament without any real prizes. Like, yes, you can increase a little bit of rating, but I can't imagine that it really worth the risk of jeopardizing yourself, of like ruining your whole career. It's so difficult for me to imagine that somebody would do that, especially such a top grandmaster. I mean, he gets invitations to super tournaments. He earns so much money with chess. Why on earth would you sacrifice all of that just to get a few rating points? I don't get it. What is the update planned for 10 days course? What is in the update? Yeah, I'm currently working on a few projects, and one of them is updating the 10-day opening mastery. I want to add, oh, actually I have 20 seconds. I have to speed up. Let me take this knight, because this way we are gonna have knight against bishop, which is going to be fascinating. I'm gonna try to trick my opponent. Although I have to admit, my opponent plays very, very good this endgame. So I'm working about a very fascinating free course that everybody hopefully is going to be happy. For the people who cannot afford a paid course, knight g1 is actually not such a great idea. I want to create a completely free course so that you can... How do I win this? So that you can really improve your chess without any investment. Hope you're gonna enjoy it. Yeah, now I win the G6 pawn. And as for the 10-day opening master, I want to add more puzzles, because that is like the biggest feedback I got. Please add more puzzles. We love puzzles and so on. I'm definitely gonna do that. And also I want to add more videos, because basically pretty much on every video I have got new material that I can add specifically for the bonus area. Okay, I have to speed up here with 2 seconds. I'm in trouble, but my position is great. Okay, I have won on time. So yeah, there would be a big update. I hope it's going to be soon enough, like definitely this autumn. Not sure, probably in the end of October, in the beginning of November. Let's play Sicilian Defense. Let's get some fun here. Hi, I want to play with you. How to play with you? So you had the link in the description. Hi, Mike. welcome on board. You have the link in the description, the first one. Please go for it. There is a Lichess tournament we are playing here, and check whether you can still join the tournament. I'm sincerely not sure whether it's possible or not. If you can, please join the tournament. If not, maybe we are gonna play a few more games after the tournament, just with those people who came later and couldn't join the tournament. But if you can, please do that. Let me know in the comments whether you can join the tournament still or not. Meanwhile, I'm playing some Sicilian defense, which is usually very crazy, but this time we got a very symmetrical position, actually nothing special. So let's see if I can outplay my opponent here. We have 40 people on the stream. That is great. We have never had that many. Last time it was 10. So I'm really grateful for everybody who came and who keeps coming. That is a fantastic event just to celebrate. We don't have any pressure today. Don't really think about the results. Just try to enjoy, have some fun, and do your best in this tournament without any pressure. That's like the most important thing. Whenever I have pressure, whenever I play an important tournament for myself, it's so difficult to handle it. I'm like going crazy. I cannot sleep. I have so many difficulties, and very often it ends up being a very bad result. But if I'm thinking like, okay, I don't really care that much about this tournament, it's not a big deal, I can just play and enjoy myself, then I really achieve a very good result. So that is how it works for me. Let me know in the comments how it works for you, whether how you handle the pressure of a chess tournament, or whether you feel any pressure. Maybe it's easier for you to play. Or actually, do you play any chess tournaments at all, or do you just play online casual games on chess.com or Lichess? Please, the next time 10 minutes game. Well, 10 minutes game, the problem is that I'm not going to be able to play with many people, play many many games, because, well, 10 minutes is like 20 minutes one game, so only gonna be able to play like 5 games max, and that is not great. I really wanted everybody to give a chance to play with me, so I thought, well, it's not bullet chess. Blitz chess should be more or less fine. I could have played knight b3 there, now that I realize it. But okay, this way it also should be fine, because the pawn on d4 is isolated. Maybe I could pressure on it. Although, yeah, my opponent has bishop e3, then I need to play knight d5. I guess I have equalized, it's not a big deal, but it's also not that simple for me to outplay my opponent here. Wait a second, b2 pawn is hanging, but I cannot take it because bishop h7. Somehow my opponent always tries to trick me into losing my queen. Hopefully I'm not gonna do that. But if I play knight d5, he has queen e4, threatening some checkmate ideas, which I also don't like. Maybe I play just bishop d6 and exchange a few pieces. Questions yet? Takes, yeah, I guess I should take with the rook to double my rooks along the d-file to put pressure. So if your opponent has an isolated pawn, you should try to attack with all of your pieces. You should try to put pressure on it, and that should be the recipe for success. And also you need to block it. If your opponent can go forward with it, it could really be dangerous for you. But here, I'm gonna just take the queen, I'm gonna take on d5 and win that pawn. It's not dangerous for me. I also cannot really win it, at least yet. I need to think about that. Maybe I play just king f8 to finally avoid that check, and then queen takes b2 becomes an idea. Come on, more questions in the chat. I really welcome it. If you want to know something, if you are curious about something, please, or if you want to share something, it doesn't need to be a question. It can be your chess progress, for example. What are you What have you done recently? Have you improved your rating? How is it going currently in your chess journey? I would be very, very curious to know, so please let me know in the comments. Okay, he finally defended that pawn. How do I actually win it? To win it, I have to create threats. How do I create threats? Knight e5, is it time to exchange? Probably it is, because my knight on f6 is not really active. Although, yeah, he always plays queen e. Maybe I should no, I cannot play that. When he plays queen e4, then I'm gonna play g6. But then he's gonna play queen e5. My queen is doing nothing. Let me improve my queen. Maybe bring it here. Or maybe play b5, b4. Yeah, attack this knight. That. The only question is whether I relocate my queen first. Over here. Looks like it's more active here, and it still supports the move b5, and my opponent is very, very low on time. Should be careful about that. Don't see any threats, so let me play b5. Or maybe he can play d5 now. Okay, he doesn't do that. Takes. Yeah, this endgame, I definitely have the advantage. I control the situation, but it doesn't mean I can easily win it. And it all comes down to this isolated pawn. You see how great it is to fight against the isolated pawn. It gives you this advantage of attacking, of creating pressure. Doesn't matter how many pieces you exchange. Actually, the more pieces you exchange, the easier it becomes to attack the isolated pawn. Because, yeah, he has almost no defenders for it. That shouldn't be a great idea. Because now I just exchange everything and go into the pawn game. And this thing about the pawn game, if you have an extra pawn, you win almost automatically. It's like impossible to lose. I mean, not to win. If you have a healthy extra pawn, you're always gonna win. SC3 is the simplest. And then I just come and get that pawn. And if my king is in front of the pawn, I'm gonna always win no matter what. Basically, if this king is on g3, always win. In front of the pawn, very important. Not behind, not near the pawn, but in front of it. For some reason, my opponent is not resigning. Probably he doesn't believe that I'm capable of checkmating with the queen, which is a bit confusing, but I don't mind. He has his right to play. Okay. So, do you have a tournament planned? Yeah, actually tomorrow and the day after tomorrow I'm playing in the German Bundesliga. We start a new season. I'm playing for my local club, and hopefully we are going to be successful with that. As for the big tournaments, I currently don't have lots of them because I haven't found nice tournaments where I can go, and I really want to focus on my work to create a new course, to make high quality videos and to dive deep on that. And then, yeah, and of course to work on my chess as well. So yeah, that is my current plan. You can't imagine how much time this whole YouTube thing takes to produce those videos for you. For you, maybe it seems like it's just, I don't know, 25 minutes, but actually it's so much more than that. Okay, so we have opposite colors bishops, which means that my opponent is going to try to checkmate me, whereas I'm going to try to checkmate him, and that's going to be a very cool game. Let's see who is going to be the first one. I checked his page to see if he started another game instead of asking me. It was deleted for cheating. What? I'm not sure what you're talking about. MMM. Whether what you're referring to, I don't know. Okay, knight c5. Wanna attack here. Why he was playing such crazy moves? at the library, but it was OTB actually running. Okay, apparently I have lost the track there. I don't know what you are talking about. Hello, mate. Hello. Why the blitz rate in so low? Yeah, that's a good question. I never played in the last months, and as far as I remember, the last celebration tournament we had, like 10,000 subscribers celebration, I have played exactly this tournament with you, and I have miserably lost because everybody's having like 17, 1800 rating, and I was talking too much as always, and then I have lost on time a bunch of games, or I have blundered something. Like, probably I'm about to get checkmate here, and every time I lost, it was like minus 100, minus 50, or whatever. And so, yeah, since then, I basically never played. Because if you have your official account and you play on Lichess, for example, it's not really great because then your opponent, I mean, your real tournament opponent can take a look at it, and you don't really want to train like your new openings or just reveal your opening preparation. So I don't really love to play on the official account too much. I play on chess.com, the Title Tuesday tournament. But apart from that, yeah, it's also not that I play too much online. My journey is ups and downs. In classical, I'm improving. Rapid and bullet is very difficult for me. Yeah, then forget about bullet. I mean, don't consider bullet as something you do seriously. Rapid is another thing. You have, I don't like my queen here. You have to analyze your games. You have to try to understand your mistakes so that you never repeat it again. And yeah, actually the same thing with classical chess. And with the time, it should get better. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Like last weekend, I had the most horrible tournament of definitely the last few years. It was a German Rapid Chess Championship, and I miserably failed. Like, I don't know, the openings didn't work for me. The tactics, I haven't seen it at all. Like, I have blundered in one moves multiple times. It was so crazy. But it's somehow the case for me. Either I played the tournament really well, and often I get like the first place or the second, like I'm in the prizes, or I play miserably, just very poorly, and I don't get anything at all. Which is, I guess, better than having every tournament being average, because then you never win. This way I enjoy it much more, but it's still pretty frustrating to lose those miserable tournaments. Let me take. And yeah, you have to recover. But since it was Rapid Chess, it wasn't such a big deal. Want to exchange? Ah, yeah, there is F5 coming. Yeah, that happens when I talk too much. But maybe I can take still here. Maybe even with the pawn. Oh, wait, there is B2 hanging. That's actually great. I haven't noticed it, but it's very, very important. He also attacks my pawn though, so I have to be careful. How can I attack him? Maybe I just... Yeah, he's coming with G4 as well. So this is a threat. D5 doesn't really bring me much. How do I get to his king? That's the real question. I feel like I want to play D5, but I cannot justify it. But it feels like the best way to open up the position. Although I'm gonna lose a lot of pawns. I don't like, obviously. Nah, that's not great. Also because I simply cannot take it back. Right, he's taking it, and what did I want to achieve? I just felt that I want to do it. But what do I do next? Yeah, I'm screwing this game totally. My king is now naked, but his king is also naked, so I hope to create a few threats as well. Right now, rook takes d2 is a threat. Okay, he sees that. How do I... Maybe bishop d4? No, wait. d4 is actually stupid. I just wanted to open up the b file to create rook b1 threat. Oh my god, that is something I completely forgot. I lost on time. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Now I have -44. Okay, my opponent played pretty good. He created a lot of threats, but I was playing just too slow. But here I think I'm already in trouble. Everything is hanging somehow. Yeah, d5 wasn't the right plan. Anyway, let's continue. And actually, my opponent got to the first place. Congratulations. Well deserved. Okay. So let me see the comments. Last OTB tournament, I lost 20 divid set points. I played so bad. Oh, so you're actually playing in Germany. That's great. Where in Germany are you located? I really love the Chestnut Evo. Thanks for the videos with and without the Evo board. Yeah, I also enjoy using Evo board both for the videos and for my trainings and for my games sometimes. I mean, I really can only say good things, and I'm really happy that we are collaborating together, because that's ultimately what you want. If you can promote the products that you use yourself, you love yourself. And I only recommend something to you if I truly enjoy it myself. So yeah, that is a great board. Thank the rook for the meme. No, it was just bad. Sometimes it happens. November 11 will be my first game representing my club. Really looking forward to it. Yeah, that is always nice, to not only to play individually, but to play for your team. So good luck with that. I think he was cheating. No, we don't have any cheaters in our community, do we? We have an honest and eager, amazing group of people who really want to improve. At least that's my hope. Okay. Somehow I once again can get into trouble. Let me place my bishop to e5. Oh wait, I could have taken on d5 twice, because my opponent is too careless. Could have taken, takes, the knight takes, and he cannot take with the queen because bishop c4 and I win the queen. That's a pity. Near Frankfurt, how now? Okay, so you are actually not that far away from me. I'm 1400. Is there any chance to achieve Grandmaster? I'm 21. Well, what can I say? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm 26 and I'm playing chess for 20 years now. I started when I was 6 years old, and now I'm 24, 13 in classical chess, and I'm still pretty far from the goal. I mean, it feels like it's not a lot, right? 2400, 2500, but it's actually still a huge way to come. I need to score all of those norms, and the biggest challenge is that to become a grandmaster, you actually need to play much stronger than the actual grandmaster. You need to play 2600, which is amazingly difficult. And a few times I was near the goal, but actually still never achieved it. I hope to get there one day, but I'm like 1000 elo in front of you in terms of the chess journey. So with 1421 years old, it's going to be difficult, I have to be honest with you. But if you're like super rich, you don't need to go to work, you can get a very good coach to help you, and you can dedicate really a lot of time and you're very patient with that, then definitely there is nothing impossible. I mean, that's, you're still very, very young. It's not because at 21 you are too old to become a grandmaster that it's not possible. It's just because normally you have university to study or job to do full time, and so you just don't have that much time as kids have when they are 10 years old. That is why they progress much faster. So it is possible, but it's amazingly hard. If you're gonna go for it, then good luck. I'm gonna do my best to help. Hope my videos are helpful, at least in the first steps of your progress. I guess my channel is really perfect to get you from 1400 that you are now to 2000, 2200. That is like to have those cheat codes, so to say, because when I was starting, I didn't have such a channel. I mean, there was probably almost no YouTube channels back at the time, and so it was much more difficult. Although I was lucky enough to have some coaches on my way. Okay, how do I actually break through here? Maybe I try to play b4, b5, c5, or whatever, because this pawn structure is pretty solid. Of course, but tough. I'm 15 and 19, 12 elo, and my chances are very bad. Well, I wouldn't say your chances are very bad. Once again, it depends on your commitment to chess. Yes, I mean, in general, all of our chances to become a grandmaster are bad because the chance once you start playing chess, your chance to get to, for example, my level is 1 out of 600. Only one person out of 600 who starts playing chess is achieving my level, and grandmaster is even more difficult than my level, probably 1 out of 1000 or something like that. So of course the probability is pretty low, but it doesn't mean it's impossible, because when you really dedicate your time and you have enough patience, enough consistency, if you go for it, then you increase your chances a lot. Sometimes, of course, you need to be lucky as well. Without luck, I wouldn't win a lot of tournaments that I did win. But of course, the more you train, the more you work on yourself, on your chess, the luckier you become. Okay, I achieved 1400 in 4 months. Wow, that's impressive. Then I understand why it feels like, okay, let me achieve another 1000 elo points in a year or something. But at some point this grows. Unfortunately, it goes much slower, but still well done. That is a huge achievement. I'm really proud of that. Yeah, to be honest, this position is pretty drawish. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to win it, but I'm definitely more active. This 7. Yeah, now I think I'm winning, because if king goes here, I take there, and if g6, I have queen h7. Somehow tricked my opponent, but that's the way it happens. You create those threats, and the more you create, the more difficult it is for the opponent. And all this pawn should promote. Don't see any way to stop it. Ah, wait, queen h4. Need to play g6, g3. Yeah, now I'm just winning it. Okay, that was a very fascinating game, complicated one, but I have won. And now actually I'm still on the 3rd place, Chess Video Award, which is a player of pretty much all of our tournaments, very strong one. I definitely remember you. And he's at the 1st place. That is incredible. He's on fire as well, or not anymore. Or maybe he's still playing. Yeah, he's still playing. Yeah, but I hope I still have some chances. We still have half an hour, a little bit more till the end of the tournament. I hope we still are gonna get some nice games here. The Sicilian defense. Every time I play the Sicilian defense, something crazy is happening. See what's gonna happen this time. I'm addicted to chess, looking forward to get FM or IM till I am 18. Yeah, that's an incredible goal. I guess I became FIDE master when I was 18 years old, and I became international master when I was 20. And to achieve international master, I was playing like another tournament every single month for like a year at least, probably a year and a half. And every time this tournament was in some very weird place, very far away from my home, somewhere in Europe, in Hungary, in Poland, in Czech Republic, yeah, all of the places, Bulgaria, where I could find those tournaments with international master norm. And then eventually I was lucky enough, happy enough to get the title. And then I was just completely done with chess. Like for some time, I couldn't even look at chess. I was so tired of it, I couldn't really continue. And then I focused on my study more because I got to German university. And yeah, that was very exciting as well, and still is. But yeah, somehow chess wasn't such a huge part of my life. And then with years to come, then Corona started. I couldn't play anyway. But eventually, I once again got this desire to play chess one more time to actually achieve the Grandmaster title. And now I'm on my journey. Actually, the man who really kind of inspired me to really go for it was Hikaru Nakamura, as funny as it might sound, because we played in a Title Tuesday tournament a year and a half ago. And that was an incredible game. He was streaming, as he probably always does. And he said really nice words about my game. He said that I played really well. And as far as I know, it's not like Nakamura does it a lot, that he says good words about the opponent. And he said that I should become a grandmaster, and pretty soon. And so I was so inspired. I was like, okay, if Hikaru Nakamura says that, then I really need to push. I really need to do my best to try to go for it. And so I started to train more. I started to play more, and yeah, got very excited about chess again, and up to now, I still on my journey, and hopefully it's gonna end with a happy end. Okay, this knight on d5 would be very annoying. Let me somehow stop it. How is your study doing? Almost done? Yeah, it's actually pretty much done. I have written my master thesis. I'm waiting for the grade. Hopefully it's going to be all good. And I actually have good notes in university. So yeah, I like to study. But now that I don't need to dedicate a lot of time to that, I have more time to work for chess. So I'm also happy about that. Okay, how do I not get checkmated here? Somehow I'm in trouble. Maybe I go this way, and that would actually help me surprisingly, because my opponent is ready to attack there, and suddenly I'm like, no, I'm not gonna go there. I believe you, you're strong, so let me just jump to the other way. Of course, it's not like my king is totally secure here, very far from it. But I hope that I'm also gonna get my ideas here. For example, what about the e4 pawn? Can I just take it? Yes, I understand that e5 was also hanging, which is actually not that nice. Maybe I do need to play rook e8 first, because this is a very important central pawn. I achieved 1600 level in around 3 months, was only so like 1300 OTB after 1 year of playing chess, and I'm on line 26. What? You are 2600 online and only 1800 OTB. That's amazing. I mean, that's amazing that your online rating is so huge, and that's weird that your OTB rating is so low. 1 out of 1000 games that I win. 5. Yeah, 2600 is amazing. How can it be possible that your OTB rating is that low? Maybe you're just haven't played enough tournaments yet to achieve it. Okay, finally I have to take on e4. Just thinking what is the best way. Although he's threatening to take on b4 and then some rook c1 check, so I don't want to blunder my queen, but I think I'm not gonna blunder my queen. I'm gonna just play queen d6, and then this bishop. Ah, wait, there is bishop takes a6 check. But not anymore. Now I can protect it. He should have taken immediately. Now I'm just winning the bishop, if I'm not mistaken. I played one turn. Yeah, that explains that. Because that just can't be with 2600 online. I'm not sure whether it's like Blitz rating, Rapid rating, Chess.com rating. Oh wait, completely forgot about that check. That's, well, maybe not such a big deal. Let me go to b8 because I'm still threatening check. No, I'm not threatening checkmate. There is knight g1. Okay, but it's still good not to get any checks. So my position is still solid, and I have some extra pawns. If I'm not mistaken. But my king is a little bit vulnerable. Put it nicely. Actually, the best thing for me is to exchange the queens. Exchange the queens, that's going to be much better. Yeah, because getting complicated. I might blunder something here very, very easily. The fact that I haven't blundered yet is pretty amazing. And the knight on d4 is also very reasonable. Okay, he resigned. Yeah, that's a pity. That was a very interesting position. And I actually have very, very little chances for the first place yet, but I'm on fire now, so hopefully I'm gonna get more rating points. Okay. Unbelievable, bro. Yeah, exactly. 2600 is huge. Yeah, that's a valid question from Chess Video Words we haven't played yet. And yeah, we are still not doing it. Okay, I have my chance to take a revenge against their Arjan. Let's see if I can succeed with that. Are you open for private chess lessons? Yes, I am. You can contact me if you're interested. Can you play with Shinaka? I want to see match with you. Well, it's not really dependent on me. It's just this arena format tournament that makes the pairings automatic. By the way, what is your nickname on Lichess, Shinaka? Maybe we have played already, but I just don't know about it. Now I'm trying to achieve the 2000 ELO. What do you think an average 1100, 1500 player makes mistake? Well, I actually talk pretty much all the time about it in my videos. Please take a look at those, the recent videos. I hope I did a very good job covering a lot of common mistakes. By the way, tomorrow a very, very good video, once again, hopefully, but I really worked a lot on it. The endgame video comes where I'm gonna share with you a powerful endgame strategy that should help you a lot, and pretty much nobody talks about it. So yeah, hopefully it should be new for you. Or yeah, that is not that important. Important that you focus on the right things, on the good things, and I share a lot of important principles there. And also the next video afterwards would be about finding the plan, because a lot of people have asked me how to find the right plan in chess, how to find a powerful plan, and that's exactly the video I have made for you. So I hope you are really gonna enjoy it. And otherwise, like I said, I'm preparing also a free course so that you have the entire 30-day training plan. You are going to improve pretty much all of the aspects of chess with the help of this plan. You're going to have puzzles there, you're going to have educational videos there, you're going to have a community where we can communicate together, and you're going to be able to win a completely free game review from me, where I'm gonna go dive deep into your game and tell you exactly that, what you're asking here, your mistakes, what you're doing wrong, and how to improve that. Everybody would get a chance to get such an opportunity. You just need to be active in the community, and then every week the leader of the rankings in terms of the community rating would get such an opportunity. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. I hope to launch this free course very soon, like in 10 days, in 2 weeks, something like that. Still in the process of finishing it. But yeah, I hope it's going to be great for everyone. Okay. Well, the first step for a successful game is always to bring all of your pieces into the game. Not only that, but also to find really best spots for all of the pieces. that's exactly what I'm doing here. C file is the only open file, so I try to fight for it. And I have an extra pawn, which is very nice. I have so far pretty good chances to take revenge. I'm not playing on lead chess. Okay, yeah, that's no big deal. I also frankly don't play that much on lead chess, as you can see from my blitz rate. And it's actually getting even worse with this tournament because, yeah, they never win. You can just install only for him. Yeah, of course. I mean, in every case, I recommend you get an account on Lichess because you can solve puzzles here. You have so much training functions. I definitely recommend you do that. Knight c5. That is a little bit of a surprise. On the other hand, I wanted to play d5 anyway and open up the diagonal. Because, well, I'm gonna be able to play b4 and kick the knight away, hopefully. Like, I can take and now play the move b4. To be honest, I'm not in the mood. Need to go to my chess club soon, and I want him to check my game against Hikaru Nakamura. It was so embarrassing from both of us. What? How did it happen that you played against Hikaru, and why was it embarrassing? Can you tell your story? Yeah, I have so many ideas. E5, knight g4 is actually strong. Threatening knight h6 checkmate. Let's try it. And knight f6 as well. The puzzles on lead chess are kind of whack. I'm sorry, I don't really know the word whack. Is it something good or is it something bad? Because from my experience, I really enjoy the puzzles on chess on lead chess. I like it more than the chess.com ones. I feel like this check should be dangerous. Wait, now it should be checkmate. Knight e8, king h6, king g7. Yeah, that should be a checkmate. I mean, to say the least, I'm winning the rook, but yeah, just bishop f3, right? King has nowhere to escape. Yeah, I have taken my revenge. So now I'm getting close, but I'm still not in the first place. We both played terrible and you won. You won against Hikaru Nakamura. Wow, congratulations. Can you send this game to me, like via email or something? That is an incredible achievement. I mean, I won against Alireza Firouzja in a blitz, no, in the bullet chess, which was like my first ever tournament in the bullet. They have a Saturday tournament on chess.com. It was literally the first time I played bullet, and then I got paired with Alireza Firouzja, and I played really well, and the game was like a draw, and so he was so upset, probably, that he cannot win, that he just lost on time. So I cannot say I deserved the victory, but I really deserved the draw. I played very well, and in the end of the day, it was like basically a king and one pawn for each side, and it should have ended in a draw. But winning against Hikaru Nakamura is amazing. Congratulations. The puzzles are AI generated, maybe. Yes, but all of the puzzles are taken from the real games that have been played on lead chess, which is really nice. It's not like artificial puzzles, it's real practical games. It helps a lot. Well, I'm playing here very badly. I feel like something bad can happen along the d file, so maybe I can quickly play a3 to stop that from happening. But yeah, somehow I'm very slow with my development. Don't like it. Probably bishop d3 is necessary. Yeah, he can still take here. It's not a big deal, but it's definitely not the way it should have been. The reason why I'm asking is that I'm confused where to focus, whether in the opening or traps or tactics or endgames. What is it you're asking? Because you want to improve your level. First of all, and I'm going to talk about it later in the video, please take a look at it tomorrow. You don't need to focus on the opening traps at all. Like everybody is making that opening videos all the time because it gets so many views. And I am a little bit angry, to be honest with that, because it does not help you to improve at chess. It's just you are memorizing the trick and you hope for your opponent to blunder stuff. But it does not improve your level. It's not really useful for you. And actually, people should stop making so many opening traps videos. But I understand they do it because they want to get a lot of views. Okay, how do I get out of it? Probably the way to do it is just exchange the pieces. All right, let me switch my battery really quick so that I'm back. 95. I'm still there for you guys, just without video for a second. Guess it's not such a big problem, right? I can play. I don't want to go back with the bishop because the d file is going to be opened and it's going to be very dangerous. But I hope I can castle. I hope it's not such a big deal. If he takes, I'm gonna take with the pawn. Okay, let me try to get back to you. Yes, now you can see me again. Hi there. By the way, welcome to everybody who is just coming. We are playing the tournament now to celebrate this huge achievement. I mean, 15,000 subscribers is so amazing. I have started this channel less than 2 years ago, and it's so incredible. I have not anticipated that by any means because it's such an amazing achievement. Oh no, he's gonna play queen h5. Wait, what? What about your queen? Have you forgot about your queen? I think after queen h5 I'm in big trouble. But he just blundered his queen. That's a very good example. Somebody asked what are the typical mistakes that people make. This is a very, very good example. Like, you have a beautiful position, you're doing everything correctly, but then for one single moment, you forget to think about your opponent's opportunities and ideas and threats, and that is what happens. You blunder, and there is no way back. I mean, maybe I'm gonna blunder something, but objectively, this position should be completely winning for me. It's just a queen against the bishop chance. I also played a Grains game against Alexander Bortnik that I won. I even had a brilliant. Wow! Like, Bortnik is amazing in all of the speed controls. He's basically one of the best blitz and bullet players in the world. So I don't know how you do it, but you are playing amazingly. And you said you just recently started to play chess, right? Like, it's a year or something. It's really not a lot. Wow, that is incredible what you do. You can't be 1900 with around 1 year. How can one play chess for 1.5 years and beat Hikaru Nakamura? You must be a genius or something. I have never heard or seen anything like that. That's amazing. Maybe I should make a video about you and your story, because it's not something I see every day. Okay, I get a new game. Let me play d6 this time so that I'm quick. Every day? What? Every day 12 hours of chess? You are crazy. that's all I have to say. You're absolutely crazy. When I do like 5 hours of chess per day, which I don't do very often, I'm like super tired. But 12 hours a day? What are you do this whole time? I can't even imagine that. How do you divide your time? What do you do? Chess-wise? Do you have a coach? C4. Somehow I ended up playing the King's Indian Defense, which I didn't want to play at all. But okay, we get what we get. Good idea. I was also in your video where we played Rapid against each other. Yeah, I remember something like that. Not yet, but soon. Okay, but I'm still curious to know what you do for those 12 hours. 12 hours a day. I only know those crazy Indian guys that do that, like all of the youngsters, the Pragnananga, Gukesh, Ergaisi, and Maksudlu as well. They train like 10 hours a day and like every day, and it's so amazing. I like the drawback is of course that they kind of don't have any life apart from that, and sometimes it's not gonna end well. Like the recent occasion with Christopher Yu in the US Championship, that's exactly an example of what might go wrong when your mental health is not okay, when you're not having any life outside of chess. It could end badly in different ways. But chess-wise, it's absolutely incredible. I can't even imagine that. I'm not like I always thought I don't know whether it's true or not that I'm pretty talented in terms of chess, but I'm not hardworking enough. I definitely know that if I would like since I was 6 years old basically, if I have dedicated much more time to chess, I would definitely be a grandmaster by now. I don't know whether I would be one of the elite guys. It's very difficult to get there, but I would definitely get much better than I am right now. But we get what we get. Hard work is incredibly important in whatever it is you are doing in life, and chess is definitely not an exception. Like Magnus Carlsen is probably the most talented chess player there is in the history of chess, but still he works so hard, at least in the past, and on the young years of his career, he worked so much on chess you can't even imagine. And without that, his talent alone would never be enough. Okay, can I take on on a4 takes f5? Probably I can't. He just goes back and then he has a lot of defenders. Then I just need to continue my development. Your communication with viewers is exceptional. Thank you very much. I hope it improves because I remember the first streams were really horrible. And also it was very difficult for me to stream the Title Tuesday tournament, which I did last year quite a lot in the summer because I needed to play those 3-minute games, not like this, but really like tournament games against very strong guys, grandmasters. I played against Gotham Chess and stuff, so I really tried to play well. But at the same time, I was trying to comment everything I'm doing, and it didn't end well. I was losing on time so often. It was very stressful for me personally and very difficult. So I stopped doing that because like why would I do that? That's very painful and stressful. But this kind of streams when I can just enjoy it, I can enjoy it, I can talk to you. They say enjoy twice. That wasn't my intention. And we can communicate, and we also have some fun playing some fun tournaments, fun games. That is really much better. Okay, I guess I can still play b4, and then a4 would be hanging, and then I can play b3 and win the pawn. That feels good. Yeah, that is why I exactly thought of until I played against a 2000 ELO player, and he suggested me to learn the traps first and then move on to the next step. No, 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 no. I don't want to say anything bad about that guy. Probably he's just influenced by those hundreds of YouTube videos about opening traps. But believe me, if you trust me, that's definitely not the strategy you should apply if you want to get better. Like if you want to be successful short term, just to trick a few of your opponents, then yeah, maybe it's gonna give you a few victories. But if you really want to improve your chess, that is absolutely not what you want to do. Like I haven't learned any opening traps in my entire life, like never. And as you see, I am pretty good. I haven't achieved the Grandmaster title yet. I'm not a world champion, but I'm pretty sure any world champion wasn't studying the opening traps. And that's not a recipe for success. Okay, how do I improve from here? My bishop is great. Probably I improve my queen. You missed my message, by the way. Yeah, sorry about that. Or maybe now I have seen your message. about the opening traps. Tactics with deep calculation. If you get headache, would sign your muscles when you go to the gym. Yes, I remember you wrote a comment on that about my videos. Hopefully they also help you in terms of doing some work. For example, my opponent here blundered a piece here in terms of calculation. Always start with checks. Nobody has cancelled that rule. Oh my god, I'm on first place. That's incredible. But yeah, I guess to make it fair, I have to play against Chess with the Word, and we should decide in our one-on-one game who should get the first place. That would be fair for the tournament. But I'm sorry, I cannot influence that. So yeah, deep calculation definitely helps if you really dive deep into the puzzle. It's not that important whether you solve it correctly. It's important that you really... No, unfortunately, I'm not gonna get paired against him. Although we still have 8 minutes, maybe you're gonna get another chance. So it's not that important that you solve everything correctly. In fact, if you solve every single puzzle correctly, it means the puzzles are just too easy for you. In the best case scenario, it should be like 50-50 or maybe 60-40. But you should really invest your time and dive deep into the variations, not just guess the move. Sometimes you might guess correctly, but it doesn't really help you in terms of chess improvement. So you should really dive deeper into it and spend your time and calculate like what you can do, what your opponent can do. That helps a lot, and I try to do it now on a consistent basis. And the second thing that is really great for your chess improvement is, of course, analyzing your games. Why on earth did I play queen to c2? That was kind of automatic, but whatever. So analyzing your games. If you don't do that, then you're just repeating the same mistakes over and over again, and you never actually progress. So definitely do that. The way you do that, I share in my videos. Please take a look how I analyze my games. And also, you want to do it all the possible ways, ideally. You want to do it with your coach if you have a coach. You want to do it with your engine. I mean, not your engine, just with the engine, so that you understand, like, not only looking at the main line, what the engine suggests, but also trying to understand why this move is correct, and very important, why you haven't thought about it, why it was actually great and you haven't noticed it, why it didn't cross your mind. Or maybe what often happens to me, I noticed the right move, but for some reason I just don't make it. Somehow I wasn't calculating deep enough, or I just felt that it's wrong. And then you need to really sit on it and think, okay, why on earth didn't I play it? What was the problem? And then you try to identify some patterns, because you make this mistake once, you make this mistake again and again, and somehow it should be a pattern. Like, for example, I am really bad with backward moves, because you might have noticed in my videos, I always recommend you never go back. But of course, chess, in 99% of the cases, that's true. You should not go back. If you have an opportunity to go forward, in vast majority of the cases, that would be the right move. But sometimes, because chess is so complicated, the right move would be to go backwards. And the problem for me is to recognize such a situation, because I have this mindset. For example, here I'm playing 95. I want to go forward and be active. Sometimes the right move is to go back, and I have a hard time recognizing those situations. Or I really love a power of two bishops. I have won so many games with two bishops. They are so powerful, especially in the open position, that I tend to overestimate it. Sometimes I just need to exchange my bishop for a knight to get some activity, to create some threats. For my opponent, it's really great, but I don't do it because oh my god, I cannot lose my bishop's pair. I cannot do that. So it's like the first year in chess, you learn all of those key principles that I share with you in my videos. And the entire life afterwards, you learn how to break those principles. Because in general, you want your knight to be in the center of the board. You don't want it to be on the h-file. But sometimes it's just the best move that you have to make to win the game. And you really need to identify it and go for it. I guess I can get into trouble here if I'm not careful now. He's moving, he's attacking, and I don't see what my plan is. Probably I want to exchange this powerful guy on e4. Wow, so cool, then you are much stronger than me. Ah, that was for Shinaka. Main problem in long games are inaccurate calculation, no coordination. That's 6. Yeah, I guess I still have time for 92. No condition after 3 hours. Most people are done. Yeah, maybe it's the case. Sometimes it's difficult to calculate after a long time. But to be honest, I don't have this problem so often that I'm just too tired to play. Of course, I sometimes make mistakes, but probably not because I'm just too tired, but because something else happened. My opponent sacrificed a pawn, and I'm not sure. Ah, yeah, now I see why he did that. That is actually very problematic. Oh, maybe not a big deal because I can play a3 and kick the knight away, and the main thing is my queen is not in trouble. He can play bishop d7, but I still have d1. Oh yeah, that can be more difficult. That is something I completely forgot about. Rook b3. I really hope for it to work because otherwise I'm done. Bishop c2 I can take here. Bishop d7 I have that. And this, can I just take? Ah, and he takes back and c1 is a promotion. Wow, that's incredible. But hopefully I can still play rook c3. And this way, I hope I'm threatening to take now. Because then I'm gonna take and this rook is gonna control. Alright, yeah, now my rook is hanging. I cannot take the knight again. How do I actually get out of it? Yeah, it's not great. I don't have any time left. Probably I have to take. But I don't see how I save it. Knight a2 is coming. Ah, I had a4. I should have played a4. Yeah, now I'm in big trouble. Although technically I'm just an exchange down. That's still a chance. That is still not that bad, but of course it's bad. Maybe 5. I mean, I like that he played g5. He weakened his king. That might give me some additional chances. But I don't like that he's gonna have a passer. And I don't like the fact that I have 3 seconds on the clock. This stuff. I don't want to exchange the queens. Oops. I have 1 second. Oh, queen h7. Ah no! I'm blinded checkmate. Wow, that was an incredible game. And I lost another 39 points. I thought I almost won it. In the end, yeah, this pawn, I shouldn't have moved it at all. It was my best defender. I was just panicking. Yeah, well done. That was an amazing game in the end. I think I have really good chances there, but okay. So 15 seconds till the end of the tournament. I'm on place 1, but if somebody can win in the next 7 seconds, then he's gonna win the tournament. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. No, I have won the tournament. Okay, I got lucky there. Okay, congratulations to all of the winners. I hope you really enjoyed it. And if somebody who wasn't a part of the tournament wants to play with me, please send me a challenge on Lichess. And yeah, maybe a game or two we can still play. And meanwhile, I can answer your questions. But let me know in the comments what are your impressions of the tournament, whether you enjoyed it. Yeah, Chess Video World played very good because he played many, far fewer games. I guess if he would have played all of the games, he would have a good chance to win the tournament. But on the other hand, we never played against each other, we just said. Really love your content. Thank you very much. Let me see if I've missed some comments. Now I'm dedicated myself at least 3-4 hours a day to learn chess, and I'm 1100 ELO player. Could you tell me how much time does it take me to get to 2000 ELO realistically? Well, that's very, very difficult question to answer. What's challenge? No, wait. 3 plus 3 is okay. Whatever. Let's play it. But better to send the 3 plus 1 challenge. That way we can play faster. So realistically, yeah, it's difficult to give you a good forecast. So you need to get 900 ELO points. Of course, like the further you go, the more difficult it's going to be to get even more points. But I think you can get there in a few years. Why not? Especially if you're talking, you're talking about ELO rating, which is more difficult because you actually need to go to real tournaments and play real opponents, and that takes much more time than just going online and play a lot of games. Online, I'm pretty sure you can get to 2000 pretty fast. Another very important difference is here whether you have a real coach or you plan to have a real coach. Because if you do have one, then it's going to be, and it's a good coach, it's going to be much faster. That is something I can almost guarantee. I'm not saying you are not capable of doing it yourself. You definitely can. I, by the way, think that everybody can get to 2000. Like, you don't need any special talent or something. I strongly believe that everyone can get to up to 2000 ELO. Above that, I do think that not everybody has the right, I don't know how to call it, talent, mindset, whatever. I mean, you still can improve, of course, but it's gonna become more and more difficult. But with a good coach, you definitely are gonna get there much faster than without it. At least that's my opinion, because it's what I experienced in my life. I always had a coach to guide me, and if it was a good coach, then it helped me a lot. Okay. Yeah, that's also what I say, that you can definitely achieve 2000, but very difficult to say how long it's gonna take you, because it's so personal for everyone. Hard to say. Well, I'm sorry, Elku, we have played quite a lot of games in the tournament. I was wondering if anybody still haven't played against me and wants to play, then I could accept one more challenge. I don't know, I'm somehow trying to create some activity here, but I'm not sure how, because b5 is not a real threat. Maybe I want to play knight b3 and knight a5. Yeah, my opponent wants to create some activity here, which he should do, of course. But I'm gonna try to stop it with h3. I mean, without the queens, I'm obviously not that afraid of those attacks. We have a lot of new comments here. What should I need to focus? Well, two things. Solving puzzles, because calculation, if you're anywhere below 2000, then calculation determines at least 99% of all of your games. I would argue 100. And the second thing is analyzing your games. Very, very important. Because otherwise you're just repeating the same mistakes again and again. Okay, I think I'm making some progress here. I want to get to this king. I want to start creating some threats before my opponent creates threats to my king. When you have opposite colors, opposite sides castles, it's all about who's gonna create those checkmating attacks first. And I'm pretty sure I'm now the first one. Although it's not like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have started with the check. Okay, this way is actually good for me. Wait a second, I'm stupid. I could have just taken on f7 and win in exchange. Lilith forgot about it. I was so focused on attacking the king. That's, by the way, quite a common mistake. You should not really focus too much on just one thing. You need to look at the whole board and really understand what kind of opportunities you have. And you always start with checks, captures, and threads. And those two moves were both captures. So I must have taken a look at both of them before making my decision. Of course, it's a blitz game, and I can say that I didn't have time for that, but I should have made time. Wait, and now I'm noticing another thing. I could have played knight rook to b8 and just win the rook. I still can do it. So weird. Maybe I'm too tired now that I stop seeing those simple tactics, or maybe I'm just talking too much. Anyway, it's not ideal. Okay, how to give a checkmate here? Probably I give a check and then I go away. Yeah, that is not helping. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, let me play one more game and then we are gonna call it a day. Thank you very much for coming today. I hope you really enjoyed it. I definitely did. It was a nice experience and I like that. Well, I did much better than last time. I'm pretty proud of myself that we did a nice job here playing this tournament. See, e5 is normally a move for somebody who wants to attack, who wants to create a mess on the board. I'm actually not sure what is the best way to react, but I just prefer some normal developing moves. Maybe I'm gonna play b3 and bishop b2. And I don't want to get into those theoretical battles here. What about playing games? Yes, of course, you play games to like use the ideas you learn. That is annoying. I mean, I can play queen d4, but yeah, probably I should. Otherwise, I'm too passive. Of course, you do need to play games. If you really want to improve at chess, then I recommend rather focusing on rapid chess and classical chess. Of course, in terms of online chess, that would be rapid chess. But you don't want to waste any opportunity to improve. And to improve is to analyze your game. So you play a game and afterwards, in the best case scenario, immediately afterwards, you analyze. Why immediately? Because you have all of your ideas fresh in your mind. You still remember why you made this or that move. And you can compare it with the kind of objective reality, the engine. That's the best we have. I don't like that my opponent is gonna play bishop c3. See if he does it. He'll have bishop e5. Okay, he just takes. That's weird because I never voluntarily exchange a bishop for a knight, but that's his choice. So yeah, you try to understand your mistakes and then you learn from it and then you start playing another game, not just playing without analyzing it at all. But yeah, of course, playing is one of the integral parts. If you just learn, if you just train and never play, then it's also bad because you don't get a chance to try it in practice. You are like that guy who learns all the theory but never tries in practice, which is not great. You know it by learning foreign languages, for example. If you are always sitting there with books and never start to speak, then it's not that efficient. The same way in chess, obviously you have to practice to play real games to try how good you are. Final question, because it's 10 p.m. here in India. If I were to participate in a tournament to get a title like FM or SM, how much rating is needed? Well, if you play in India, it's so different from the rest of the world because people are playing amazingly strong there, but their ratings are amazingly low. Like 1500 ELO in India can be 2200 ELO in Europe, like easily. I have seen it so often, so it's really difficult for me to tell you how it works in terms of Indian ratings because I'm not a big specialist. I'm always like a little bit scared to play against Indian guys because I don't know what to expect. Like if I'm playing against 2600 rated Indian guy, then it's fine because he's more or less like everybody else in terms of 2600 ELO. But if he's like 1500 or 1600 ELO, then I have no idea what to expect. Okay, seems like we are gonna have the bishop's endgame. Let's see. You need to definitely activate your king. You played me, so tell me, what did I miss? It's hard for me to say because I'm not sure what is your nickname, which of the games was against you. And it's also pretty difficult to remember all of the games in such a situation when it's Blitz, when I'm talking a lot. All right, I'm pretty sure that I have a good chance to win this game because this pawn structure is not perfect. I have this check. Although, yeah, f5. 5. How do I actually make progress? Because it's one thing to have a good position, but it's a completely different thing to actually win the game. And by the way, tomorrow's video would be exactly about that, how you win in the endgame. Very, very instructive, so please take a look at that. I guess my opponent allowed me to go forward unnecessarily. That is a mistake. Yeah, I'm not sure actually, because if I go to h6, he has f4. I have a check. Really nice. Yeah, that should be actually good. Because the alternative was to play king f4, but then I'm not sure how I'm winning this pawn. Yeah, and here I think the key move is bishop g4. Because if he plays f5, he blocks this diagonal. And I just need to like stop him from opening it up. So I'm playing bishop f3. Provided that I can still play b4 so that all of my pawns on the dark squares and he cannot win it. And then I'm just winning this pawn and I have this distant passer that should help me to win the game. King g5. Yeah, king g5 is actually a good point. And I can win the f4 pawn. But I don't think that this pawn is so important. Or maybe, you mentioned, you meant king g5 before that, of course. Yeah, now I just played that. Yeah, he should not, by any means, he should not have allowed me to play king g5. He should have played king f6, have the opposition. All right. So if I put my pawn to h6, I give a check, and then the king should go either here or here, and either way, I'm promoting my pawn. Or maybe, yeah, not necessarily promoting the pawn, but I get my king out. What is important? Yeah, b4 is important at some point, not to lose the pawn, so that he cannot create any passers, and then he's hopeless. I want to thank all the participants that taught me a lesson today. I played bad, but I can learn even more from that. Yeah, definitely. I thank all the participants as well. Thank you for coming. It was absolutely amazing. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, that's an interesting question. If I play h6, I guess I'm winning. Yeah, I'm definitely winning. Because he will need either to go here, but then I promote the pawn, or he will need to go here, but then I just come back and I win all of the pawns. Now I don't really need that pawn. Probably I just grab this guy. Yeah, I definitely want to check your game. Can you send me an email with your game against Nakamura? You can find my email in the description of the channel. You know my email. You have already sent me an email before, so you can just send it there. But please do it like with a link. That would be the best, so I can easily find it. I have a 20+0 tournament. Can you suggest me some tips to improve? Well, actually, what I have mentioned throughout today's stream would be the best. If you have your tournament in a few days, then the best thing you can do is to really solve those puzzles, like I showed in the 20-minute video practice. That's what I do before my tournaments. I just try to sharpen my calculation because in the tournament that is very, very important. And of course, you can repeat your openings, like whatever your opening repertoire is. The advantage of the rapid chess is that you don't really need to prepare a new thing every time. You just need to be confident in your openings. That can be just one opening for white, one opening for black. Well, for black, you normally need one opening for e4 and d4, but you don't need like different stuff. And then you should be good to go. Good luck with your tournament. My opponent is asking how did I play it. He played really well. Yeah, this up to this bishop endgame it was good, but that king f6, not playing king f6 was a decisive mistake, unfortunately. Yeah, thank you for sending the games. Let me switch the camera now for a second. Rosen, don't be afraid of that. Yes, now I'm back. So thank you very much for coming today. It was really spectacular. I hope you enjoyed this tournament. I hope I have done my best to answer all of your questions. Don't forget to check tomorrow's video. It would be very, very useful, instructive. You're going to enjoy it. It's all about endgame technique and how to improve it, how to outplay your opponent in the endgame. Would be nice. You're going to enjoy it. Thank you and good luck. Take care. Bye-bye.